Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and we're going to talk about the whole Mei Mei thing from Jujutsu Kaisen, because I've been seeing videos of people popping in talking about it's time to boycott Jujutsu Kaisen, and why would the creator do something like this, and how disgusting it is, because why would you destroy such a good character like Mei Mei or whatever. And I kind of want to discuss it because for all people's talks about how much they love anime and manga or whatever, a lot of people tend to forget about storytelling, and a lot of people tend to read manga or watch anime with Western sensibilities, with Western stylization, and you can't do that. You can't go into manga or anime with your perception of what you think they should do, because again, Japan has a different culture. Things that the Western world might think is taboo might be approved over there. You know what I'm saying? Odd quirks that they do, again, over here might be a problem, but over there it's normal. And I'm not saying that you have to like everything that comes out of anime and manga, but talking about boycotting or saying that the author should never did nothing like this, or the author is a disgusting person, or they're a pedo or whatever, it's just like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Because think about it, the reason why you guys are reading manga and the reason why you watch anime is because the Western world ain't giving you nothing that you really like. You know what I'm saying? Because if the Western world was giving you something you would like, you wouldn't be reading you wouldn't be reading manga and watching anime if it wasn't interesting. You know what I'm saying? Newsflash, Mei Mei's not that good of a person. I mean, she's literally saving people's lives, but she told the Jujutsu Kaisen people, the Jujutsu sorcerers or whatever, that they have to pay her. I don't understand why y'all thought like she's this amazing, cool character or whatever, when she's not. Like, she's literally not a good person. And I don't know why people think that because she's beautiful, she's mommy, or she's MILF material, that she can't be devious or morally great. You know what I'm saying? A lot of characters in Jujutsu Kaisen, especially the hero characters, are not heroic like you thought they were, and a lot of them are just there just because. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that you might need to actually look into, instead of actually trying to be like, oh, we need to change things around, or is it time to boycott Jujutsu Kaisen? Like, honestly, when I was hearing that, I was more thinking like, oh, because of the whole Mappa situation. But it's not even that. It's because y'all saw something that you didn't like, and you think that it shouldn't have been in the manga or the anime, or you think that they shouldn't have animated it, but they did. And I understand it's not for everybody. And trust me, the reason why Japan's entertainment is a little bit more successful than ours is because they tell stories for everyone. No subject is taboo for them. While over here in the Western world, there are stories that are taboo for us, and things that we wouldn't allow to happen in stories or whatever. Which is kind of funny, because y'all complaining about that, but then over here in the Western world, we're over here targeting LGBT stuff to children, and everybody always make excuses about why that's more important than telling actual stories, especially when the target audience is straight men. You get what I'm saying? So isn't that ironic how that works? And it's the same, and it goes back to even when y'all are like, oh, she shouldn't be dressed this kind of way, or her boobs shouldn't be that big or whatever, or, oh, the author is sexist because because the female characters didn't defeat characters or whatever. So it's the most weirdest thing ever, because again, Shonen Jump's target audience is literally males and stuff like that, and he's writing from a perspective of a male. And it's kind of funny that you guys will sit up here and be like, oh, it's sexist all of a sudden. And I'm just like, well, how is it sexist? How's it sexist if the guy is writing a story, his main characters aren't females, his target audience is males, so he's telling a story from a male perspective. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? In most stories, the man is the hero. You know what I mean? I mean, again, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting up here saying that we should condone that kind of stuff, because over here we wouldn't condone it. But over in Japan, that's what they do, and that's how they write. That's what they accept or whatever. And guess what? If people don't read it, then guess what? It gets canceled. But I don't think people over in America should be on Twitter and social media bastardizing the series or the author because he did something that you didn't like. There's always context to the story. And if you guys were paying attention to the character, Mei Mei, you know she's not a morally good character. And yeah, she has Jujutsu powers. And yes, she is helping saving the day. But the reason why is because she's being paid to do it. Not because she wants to do it out of her own heart. You know what I'm saying? So I always say that you guys always have to have context with it. I just find it very interesting that this is where we're drawing the line at certain things when I don't think we should. I think, we should either accept it, move on, ignore it, but telling the author that they need to change the character's clothes or desexualize the female character or add in more LGBT people or it needs more blacks or whatever. And I'm just like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Like, it's the most weirdest thing ever. Stop it. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen anymore, if you guys don't want to read Jujutsu Kaisen anymore after the Mei Mei stuff, I totally get it. But what I'm not approving of is going out of your way to bastardize the author or boycotting, telling people to boycott it just because you and a few people don't like that scene. Because honestly, it's a blink and you miss it. I mean, not blink and you miss it, but it's honestly a blink moment and then that's it. You know? I mean, the whole show got genocide, human trafficking, child abuse, minors, killing minors being hunted down or whatever and stuff like that. An entire mass genocide of the Shibuya, of parts of Shibuya. And this is where we draw the line at. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. There's so many things that's wrong with the world of Jujutsu Kaisen. And that's the whole point. Ambiguity and the moral grays of characters. And again, let's go back into the Western culture. You guys will sit up here, and if a villain did that kind of stuff or whatever, you'll be cheering it and talking about, I understand that point of view. I understand that point of view. And don't say that you don't, because we've seen plenty of villains already from DC and Marvel in the MCU, in the DCU, or whatever, where y'all will take up for the villains, and the villains do some terrible things. But let a hero have a moral moment, a complexity of greatness. Is no, they gotta be heroic 24/7 all the time and stuff like that. They're never able to second guess themselves. No, that's not how that works. That's not how real life works, and that's not how a hero should work. Every once in a while, there should be pressure to like have a moral gray moment or whatever, or the lesser of two evils. Because sometimes there are situations that you just can't be good or evil to. And I just find it funny because, again, if this was a villain character doing some shit like this, y'all will be praising it. But if a hero character in the West do some shit like this, y'all will be upset. And then they'll talk about, oh, it's sexist and racist and misogyny or whatever. And it's just like, no, sometimes characters are gray, including female characters. That's another thing. Everybody always want to talk about how they want females to have their own agency or whatever. But when the female does something that they believe isn't right, then all of a sudden it becomes a sexist, racist, misogynist, homophobic thing or whatever. No, it is what it is. I'm just saying, allow stories to be stories. That's how we got great works. Nobody's sugarcoating The Silence of the Lamb. You know what I mean? One of the greatest pictures of all time. And when a villain or character is morally ambiguity, just because they look sexy or they're hot or they're MILF or they're daddy or they're diff or whatever the fuck these words is I'm trying to think of that I was seeing online, just because you like them and because you have attraction to them doesn't take away from the fact that, hey, there's a story that needs to be told, and whether you like it or not, it's going to be told. I just say context, and if it's to the point where you just don't like it, that's fine. That is fine. You are free to do that. I'm just saying, going online telling people that they need to boycott the series, or the author is this creepy pedo, he's a sick weirdo, or he's racist and misogynist because of how the women are, that's a problem. Because Japan is tired of it. I know they are. And I can't blame them. But those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And follow me for more. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the bio. Links are in the description below. And if you want to contact me, you can contact me through Twitter or Instagram or whatever. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.